Imagine you're the star of a multi-million-dollar K-drama.
Okay.
You've wrapped filming. The marketing rollout is imminent. The momentum of your entire life is basically cresting. And then at like 2 in the morning, an Instagram story with a picture of a single certified legal document threatens to just burn your entire career to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
The teasers dropped. The fandom went totally silent. And in an instant, the entire K-pop and K-drama world was turned upside down.
It's wild.
We're looking at a headline today that is absolutely dominating the timeline right now. It reads, "The industry airs new villain. Actor Hong Min-ki's brutal secrets leaked." So welcome to StarScope K-Report.
It is a phenomenal collision of legal threats, highly curated public personas, and the raw power of internet communities. And honestly, we have to navigate these waters with intense precision today.
Yeah, absolutely. Join Eric and Mingi as they ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And today's deep dive is, frankly, it's a masterclass in how fragile the modern celebrity ecosystem actually is.
It really is. So we are examining the explosive dating, violence, and stalking allegations surrounding the 24-year-old rising star actor Hong Min-ki. Our mission today is to sift through the certified legal letters, the deeply shocking counterclaims from his agency, and the massive financial fallout that's currently threatening his upcoming projects.
Right. And to really understand the sheer velocity of this scandal, we need to look at where Hong Min-ki was positioned in the industry just days ago. Born in 2002, he debuted in 2020 and was on an absolute rocket trajectory. We are talking about critical momentum here with solid, complex roles in Night Has Come and Love Your Enemy.
But the real crown jewel in his portfolio was Treeving's highly anticipated study group.
Yes.
This is a massive tentpole franchise based on a wildly popular webtoon. The built-in fan base for that intellectual property is enormous. He had the visuals, the acting chops, and he was effectively securing his spot in the next generation of Hallyu wave leading men.
Which is exactly why the events of August 19th sent such a shockwave through the industry. Early that morning, an alleged ex-girlfriend, who is referred to in Korean media reports as Influencer A, and she commands an audience of about 20,000 followers. She dropped a highly coordinated series of Instagram stories.
And she didn't just post a vague, emotional text rant.
No, she did not.
She came armed. She released an image of a certified legal document. It was sent through a law firm, dated July 28th, with a title that instantly shifts the temperature of the room. It was called Notice of Warning Regarding Legal Action for Illegal and Criminal Acts.
Yeah, and the specifics outlined in that document are severe, and we are strictly reporting what the sources state here.
Right.
The document claims physical assault. It details allegations of him striking her shoulder, pushing her, and grabbing her neck. It even describes an incident where he allegedly threw and shattered a soju bottle at her on the street.
Oh, wow. It's
heavy.
Yeah. And the emotional and psychological claims follow the exact same extreme trajectory. The document outlines severe jealousy, alleging he made around 40 phone calls, suspecting her of cheating with another man.
40 calls.
Yeah. It claims he secretly checked her phone and her KakaoTalk messages, which, for our casual listeners, is the ubiquitous messaging app in South Korea, basically where your entire digital life lives.
Exactly.
The document also alleges terrifying verbal threats, quoting him as saying, "I was going to kill you both if I found you."
And the stakes escalated even further with a claim of a DUI incident. She alleges he was riding an e-scooter while heavily intoxicated, with her on board, causing an accident that left her injured.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and she specifically stated that photographic evidence of those injuries exists. And just to erase any ambiguity about who she was targeting, after posting the document, she posted a photo of Hong Min-ki with the caption, "This is the person from the previous story."
See, as a listener, you hear the phrase certified legal document sent through a law firm, and your brain immediately thinks guilty verdict. I know mine did. It sounds formal, it sounds finalized, and it sounds legally binding. But from an analytical standpoint, I have to push back on that immediate assumption. Does a certified letter in South Korea actually mean legal guilt has been established? Or is this essentially a formalized intimidation tactic?
That is the most crucial distinction to make in this entire scenario. In the Korean legal system, what she posted is known as a proof of contents.
Okay.
It is essentially a formalized way of sending a message where the post office officially verifies that a specific document with specific text was mailed to a specific person on a specific date.
I see.
It is highly useful in civil lawsuits to prove that you warned someone or demanded compensation. But it is entirely a unilateral claim. It has not been tested in a court of law. No judge has seen evidence. It is not a verdict.
So it's a terrifyingly official piece of letterhead, but it's still just an accusation.
Precisely. But the genius, or the malice, depending on your perspective of posting it on Instagram, is that in the court of public opinion, a document like that carries massive psychological weight.
Oh, absolutely.
It looks like a legal conviction. K-netz immediately react to it as established fact because it bears the stamp of a law firm.
Right. And the violence allegations alone are legally dangerous enough to sink a career. But wait till you hear what netizens uncovered next, because the physical violence claims were just the tip of the iceberg.
And hey, if you love staying updated on your favorites, make sure you subscribe to StarScope K-Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
Yeah. So the follow-up posts from influencer A are where we see a fascinating shift in strategy. She didn't just stop at the legal threats regarding her physical safety. She initiated a secondary wave of posts that functioned as a targeted missile aimed directly at his revenue stream and his public persona.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
The first wave invites the police, but the second wave invites the mob.
Yeah. Well, yes, that is perfectly put. And the second wave is what completely fractured the fandom's emotion. She posted a long follow-up detailing alleged misogyny.
She claimed he frequently made incredibly anachronistic remarks, quoting him as saying things like, "Women are best in their early 30s, and if they move on, they are old ladies.
Mikes.
And men are the sky and women are the land." She even claimed he disparaged his past girlfriends who are currently active industry actresses.
Wow. By doing that, she immediately alienates his primary demographic.
Completely.
But she didn't stop at gender dynamics. She went after his relationship with the industry infrastructure itself. She claimed he constantly cursed at fellow actors, set staff, and directors. But the absolute dagger, the thing that truly destroys an idol or actor, was what he allegedly said about his own fans.
Yeah, according to her posts, he allegedly referred to fans who visit filming locations as people without money trying to be cost-effective by stalking.
Ouch.
Furthermore, she claimed he bitterly complained about being exhausted and forced to attend a birthday party that was hosted and paid for by his own fandom.
To understand why that specific detail is so lethal, we really need to look at the mechanics of the K-entertainment industry. Building a K-drama actor's career is less like acting and more like taking a company public.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Right. The agency is the venture capital firm, the actor is the product, and the fans are the shareholders. Agencies intentionally sell the illusion of accessibility and this perfect, dedicated boyfriend persona. The fans don't just watch the shows, they invest. They buy the coffee trucks for the film sets, they stream the content relentlessly, they organize these lavish birthday cafes.
Exactly. That framing explains the backlash perfectly. When an influencer drops texts alleging the actor views his fans as broke, cost-effective stalkers, it's not just an accusation of him being rude, it is a disastrous earnings report.
Yeah.
It's a breach of the fundamental consumer contract, and the shareholders, the fans, immediately liquidate their emotional stock.
They sell everything. And as if that wasn't enough to shatter the foundation, she introduced the ultimate visual dissonance for a beloved public figure, animal abuse.
Yeah.
Influencer A accused him of kicking and swearing at his publicly beloved dog, Leo.
Ugh, Leo.
She claimed that after the legal notice arrived at his house, he left the dog completely alone for days.
See, the animal abuse claim is so often the point of no return for K-netz. It strips away any remaining benefit of the doubt. To round out the expose, she accused him of severe emotional gaslighting, claiming he blamed her for his panic disorder, forced her to visit his house to kneel and apologize to him, and attempted non-consensual physical contact long after they had officially broken up.
The reaction online was, unsurprisingly, seismic. When you look at platforms like the Rock Dramas subreddit, the shock was just palpable. International fans were instantly dropping him as their bias. Quoting the Reddit threads, one user wrote, "Bro, I was anticipating his appearance in study group 2. I guess it's not going to happen now."
Yeah.
Another user highlighted the exact trigger point you mentioned, saying, "DV and animal abuse." Yeah. Hope he is thrown in jail.
But nestled within that outrage, you also saw seasoned international fans urging caution, pointing out a very specific historical parallel. They brought up the Nam Joo-hyuk case.
Oh, right. That's a great comparison. Nam Joo-hyuk faced massive, highly publicized bullying allegations. The initial backlash was catastrophic. But eventually, the court ruled against the accuser, and he was able to recover his standing. So fans were using his case as a cautionary tale to wait for Fable Company's official statement before completely erasing Hong Mingi from the industry.
Which brings us to the ultimate plot twist of this entire saga. Because Fable Company, Hong Mingi's agency, did not stay quiet, and they did not play the usual PR game.
Usually, agencies drop a highly sanitized, generic PR statement. They say something like, "The rumors are groundless, we are taking strong legal action," and they just leave it at that.
Right, the standard template.
Exactly. But according to reports from Soupy, Osun, and Chosun, Fable Company pulled timestamps. They pulled specific quotes. That tells me they aren't just trying to win in a courtroom a year from now. They are trying to win the Reddit threads today.
It is incredibly rare to see an agency hit back with this level of granular detail so quickly. They flipped the narrative entirely. According to their official counter-story, the two began dating around April 2026. Fable Company claims Hong Mingi ended the relationship because he discovered she was constantly contacting her ex-boyfriend.
And they provided receipts for this claim. The agency alleges she admitted to cheating via both Kakao Talk messages and physical handwritten letters.
Handwritten letters.
Yeah, they quoted her directly, claiming she wrote, "I know I don't even have the right to approach you like this. I'm truly sorry," with no excuses.
Wow. From that breakup, the agency alleges the situation devolved not into him abusing her, but into severe stalking perpetrated by influencer A. They claim she became completely relentless, visiting his home uninvited on multiple occasions, and even tracking down and visiting his family's homes.
The breaking point they detailed is genuinely chilling. They claim she showed up at his house at 1 a.m. and continuously rang the doorbell until 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And as a listener, you hear this next detail and it completely changes the context. To prevent being recorded, she allegedly placed a sticker over his front door's CCTV camera and proceeded to kick the door.
See, that specific detail about the sticker over the CCTV is a narrative game changer. It demonstrates premeditation to evade documentation.
Yes.
When an agency provides that level of physical, time-stamped evidence, it forces the public to pause. It moves the situation from a messy he said, she said into a scenario anchored by physical proof.
Fable Company also leveled a devastating claim of blackmail. They allege she explicitly weaponized his celebrity status, essentially holding his highly regulated public image hostage.
Oh, wow.
The quotes they provided are terrifying for anyone in the public eye. They claim she told him, "You have a lot to lose, and once I sue, you're finished." And the most damning line of all, even if you never cursed, the truth isn't important.
The truth isn't important. I mean, if true, that phrase exposes the exact vulnerability of the Halley wave. Fable Company announced they are taking all necessary civil and criminal actions against her for defamation and stalking.
Good.
And we have to recognize that South Korea has recently tightened its anti-stalking laws significantly following several high-profile tragedies. A countersuit under the new Anti-Stalking Act is not just a PR bluff, it carries severe criminal weight.
Later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking financial and K-drama consequences this is causing and how this connects to another massive stalking case currently rocking the industry. And just a natural reminder, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update.
Because the professional fallout from these situations is instantaneous and incredibly expensive, regardless of who the court ultimately sides with.
That's the K-drama limbo we are seeing right now. And the financial architecture of these shows makes scandals like this a nightmare for investors. Achieving Study Group 2 is directly in the crosshairs.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hong Mingi plays Park Ji-yeon, which is a major integral character. Reports indicate he has already finished filming his scenes for season 2.
This is where we see the mechanics of morality clauses come into play. When an actor signs on to a multi-million-dollar production, their contract stipulates that they cannot engage in behavior that brings the project into disrepute. If they do, the production company can sue the agency to recoup the massive budget losses.
Right, so the production team at TVing has released a statement saying they are quote-unquote verifying the situation. The release date is entirely in jeopardy. They can't release it while he's viewed as a villain by the K-netz because the boycott would ruin the viewership.
Exactly.
But reshooting his scenes would require rebuilding sets, renegotiating crew schedules, and spending millions of dollars they might never get back. The production is effectively held hostage by a single Instagram story.
And we have to look at this not as an isolated incident, but as part of a broader systemic industry pattern of celebrity stalking and blackmail that is just bubbling to the surface. It's not just rising rookies who are vulnerable. Look at the current case involving veteran A-list actor Hwang Zhou-min.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because it proves nobody is immune. Hwang Zhou-min is currently locked in a brutal legal battle, suing a woman known as Mrs. B for stalking. The harassment was severe enough that the court had to impose 3 separate temporary restraining orders on her. The prosecution just requested a 10 million won fine against her at a recent trial.
But she didn't back down. She countersued him for an astronomical 200 million won, claiming she wasn't a stalker at all. Her defense is that she was simply seeking fair compensation for a soju business venture they allegedly worked on together.
The contrast between these two cases is fascinating. You have a seasoned veteran in Hwang Zhou-min, who has the decades of built-up public goodwill and financial resources to weather a prolonged legal storm without his entire career collapsing. Then you have a rookie like Mingi, whose entire appeal currently rests on his pristine visuals and unblemished boyfriend persona.
It highlights how the barrier to weaponize a star's private life has never been lower, and the Hallyu wave has created this uniquely vulnerable environment. The public image of a K-pop idol or a K-drama actor is strictly regulated. Fans demand absolute, unshakable perfection.
Right. And because of that demand for perfection, the threat of an expose becomes a devastatingly powerful weapon. A single crack in the foundation, and the whole company's stock plummets.
Whether the claims are a rightful exposure of a truly abusive individual or a malicious extortion tactic orchestrated by a disgruntled the initial damage to the machinery is identical.
Right, that's true.
The brand deals freeze, the dramas get shelved, the fandoms war with each other. By the time the court actually reviews the CCTV footage and reaches a verdict months or years later, the rookie's career might already be completely unsalvageable.
It's trial by timeline. So what does this all mean for Mingi? We have to wait for the legal process, the CCTV reviews, the defamation suits under the strict new anti-stalking laws. Both sides have drawn their lines in the sand, and neither's backing down.
It's a stark, necessary reminder that behind the perfectly curated social media feeds, the flawless drama scenes, and the carefully manufactured parasocial relationships, the reality is incredibly complex, human, and often legally fraught.
In an era where a single Instagram story can halt a multi-million-dollar K-drama production before the facts were even verified in court, is the court of public opinion demanding too much power over the Hallyu wave. You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Mingi bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.